fixed?
Change doesn't necessarily mean something needs to be fixed, it's just a different way of doing things, and, you know, Jeremy's been at a couple places where, the practices were structured just a little bit different, and, as far as just the time frame of certain drills, and so, after him and Mike talked it over and brought it to me and presented it to me, and I looked it over, I was like, it's all good, you know. If you guys buy in and you're excited about it, I am too. But like I said, I had to make sure that, that all the ingredients are in the practice as far as, or is there enough fundamental time? Is there enough time for the certain group work together against each other? For example, you know, we're still gonna have X amount of pass skeleton and pass rush going on, or we'll have, still gonna have certain amount of team run 11 on 11 stuff, still be time for, you know, offensive and defensive line to be working on certain fundamentals. And, you know, so all the things that we've always done, as far as all the ingredients you put into the recipe are all there, it's just served up a little bit different, so it's, I don't mind having a little bit of change if everybody thinks it's a good thing and they're excited about it, and they're gonna, you know, if you take some ownership in it, if your assistant coaches have some ownership in some of those decisions, I think they tend to sell it more, and they're more excited about, you know, starting out this spring.
Coach, the excitement you talked about, especially the returning guys on defense, I mean, is it more of the on-field stuff they feel that Pruitt can improve for them, or is it the preparation, or is it a mixture of both?
Well, I mean, I think right now they're just, I think my guess is their main thought is trying to win a job. What do I have to do to prove to coach I can win this job? Guys want to play. Guys want to start. Guys want to play pro football. Guys want, you know, to win championships. And so I think that's their main thought. But I think they're excited about just seeing what's in store. Because, you know, obviously, you know, Coach Pruitt's had a lot of success where he's been, and the coaches that we've brought in, besides him on defense, I think have all had a lot of success where they've been. So there's a expectation of things getting better. So I think that's probably where the excitement comes in.
Mark, are there any offensive players you kind of earmarked to maybe get a few shots on defense, or vice versa?
Well, right now, I think we already moved Tramel Terry to safety. We had done that, right? And he's there. J.J. Green's going to start out at cornerback. He's beginning to learn those types of things. And, you know, J.J. obviously played a lot of defense in high school. And even when he came to Georgia, when we signed him, we really didn't say for sure where he was going to end up. We needed him really at the tailback position last year, and now after Coach Pruitt looking over the situation and remembering JJ, you know, through the recruiting process, he wanted to see what he could do, and I think because of that, JJ's already trimmed down a little bit to, you know, help his quickness and his, you know, explosiveness, and now, you know, considering he's not going to be carrying the ball, he'll be able to play at a lighter weight, so I think he's already feeling a little quicker and all that type of thing.
Mark, do you think you guys have a good sense of between your first guy in the secondary and your eighth guy in terms of how good and how much separation there is?
I think our coaches are just wide open to figuring out who belongs where and who's first team and who's not. And, you know, we do have our off-season conditioning, our mat drill program, and our coaches are allowed to be there and coaching those things and observing quickness, agility, even coachability, all these certain things. Can the guy get in a good football position and stay there? Can he get off the ground quick and go pursue, and those types of things? And I think they're getting a little bit of a feel of what they see, but mat drills simulate football, but it's not football. And until we get out there and start putting a lot of moving parts out there, I don't think anybody has any idea
What's the hardest
who's
part?
going to end up where. I'm sorry.
What's the hardest part about installing a new defensive scheme or offensive scheme and bringing a new coordinator?
Well, just the fact that everybody's learning, and while you're learning, we always use the term playing fast. You know, guys can play fast when they really know what they're doing. And in the learning process, first you learn what to do. And that's good, but then you gotta learn how to do it. And then you have to experience it over and over and over and over until it becomes second nature, and then you can play fast. And so, I'm sure there's gonna be, through the learning process, some hesitancy, not because guys aren't tough or guys aren't aggressive or whatever, but just not being 100% sure what to do. So until everybody really gets comfortable learning what to do, it's gonna be hard for them to, play extremely fast. But, I don't think Jeremy's goal is to put in so much that everybody's confused either. I think he wants to put in enough to where there's some carryover when the fall rolls around. We know we don't have to win a game this spring, So we're gonna expose them to as much as we possibly can within the system. But knowing that they probably won't be perfect right now, but if they get through that learning process in the spring, and then all summer long, they can be thinking about it and working on it and studying it, and then in camp, kind of start all over from scratch, and then the second time around, they'll be better at it and have more confidence. And by the time we decide what we're gonna do in a game, we gotta find out, of these things that we've worked on, what can we perfect? What do we feel we can go in the game and expect to execute?